when characters choose a school, they look at themselves in the mirror like, you know what, I kind of look like a crow, and I kind of look like an owl, I kind of look like a cat, and just join that school. Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah, you got scared.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. Today we are back with Season 2, Episode 8 of Haikyuu.
Oh boy, so we're here. We're finally learning a little bit more about Tsuki, getting into his mind a little bit. He seems a bit, I guess, apathetic towards volleyball. He looks at it as just a club while he's looking at all his teammates like actually trying hard to get better and like going over and beyond, but he just can't seem to do the same. Kudo and Bokuto, not really Lev, he was just tired, sweaty on the ground, but but they got him to go practice because, you know, he's a middle blocker. It makes sense, and plus he's a kid that they notice like, what's going on with him? Why is he not doing the extra practice like everybody else in his practice? Like literally everybody, all teams are practicing but him. He's only doing the regular practice. He's not doing anything beyond that. So we're trying to figure out why he's like this. It seems like it's a multitude of different things. So we'll figure it out, I guess.
Quick shout out to Kuro for actually acknowledging the fact that he might have hurt Tsuki's feelings, or he might have took it a step too far, because he brought it up to Daichi. And I've really sort of noticed now after watching the last episode that Asahi and Tsukishima have a really close relationship, all things considered, because Tsuki likes to keep everything emotionally distant on the team. Tanaka also mentioned that he hasn't really talked about himself. He hasn't talked about his family, and we know from the viewer's perspective, which, well done, Furudate, we know something about a character that the characters in universe don't know about. I love that dynamic from story writing, because then the viewer starts to connect the pieces. Oh, is this character like the way they are because of their past? Obviously so. So him seeing his brother in despair, likely when they lost the nationals with the little giant on their team, and seeing how much that affected his brother, made him want to take a back step. He didn't want to put in as much effort. He didn't want to be hurt by potentially aspiring to be something that they fall short on in terms of a goal. So Tsukishima, I've known this for a long time. He is one of the better written characters of this series. So let's peel back some more onion layers and get to know the real Tsukishima.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, let's hop into Season 2, Episode 8 of Haikyuu right about now.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
Why?
Kids. Also, another life lesson. Don't bully people. Don't bully kids. Stop. Don't do that. It's not cool. It's lame. It's...
Don't walk away, I swear to God.
That's literally what I just said.
That's so lame.
I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, like, if you were to call somebody like lame, that actually can get to people.
No, you're lame. Back.
Because it makes you self-reflect, like, damn, what the hell? What I'm doing is, like, really just not cool, huh? Like, he got the moon on him. He had the moon hood. Hey, man.
He's got some drip on him. It's lame that you don't put in any effort. That was a depressing intro scene. And now I get this upbeat opening. Shout out to you, Anashida.
And Tsuki was like, bet, you want to play? Hey, shit,
right.
take my spot.
Go ahead. Oh. Yay. This episode's gonna make me sad now, isn't it? Dude, the fact that he has to dip underneath the doorway, how tall is his family?
That's even funnier, like, when it comes to, like, countries where, like, the average height is, like,
smaller than whoever's.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is like Tsukishima before Tsukishima was Tsukishima. Yeah,
How tall are y'all? Is y'all dad?
7 foot tall.
But their mom seemed kind of tall too, a little bit. It's like the ace.
He's kind of awesome. Yamaguchi reminds me so much of Baby Deku.
Yeah.
Enamored.
Just with the light in his eyes.
He's lying to his brother. He's not actually playing. Wasn't on the roster. Is that like starting lineup, or does that mean on the team?
I'm about to say, he exaggerating or what?
Damn, he's not even on the team? But didn't they say... First of all, you should not be watching that as a child.
For a clear decapitation like that's just crazy. On the screen.
Oh my god.
I remember when I first watched this, I was like, oh, okay, he's probably just riding the bench. And then when it was getting closer and closer, as the past few minutes was going on, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Bro is in the crowd chanting and cheering too. He's a cheerleader, essentially. Wow. And I can understand that from Tsuki. It's like, my brother that I admired, that I thought was so cool. He's playing volleyball, he's the ace. He lied to me. And one of the reasons why I love volleyball was because of him. The way I look at Tsuki is like he's just coasting and he's just kind of like dormant, you know, like I'm still living, I'm breathing, but I'm just not in it. Yeah, you said it, you called it. You lame. Turn it on him. Yeah, you literally have.
Yeah,
things.
Hinata ain't shit. Little giant.
You
Never
have
heard of him.
things that Hinata don't have.
Wait, I have heard of him. You would win?
Yeah, like what?
Then you go to nationals and try to win the championship.
They not even about that, man.
I just want to play, man. What?
Got chills. Love this scene. This is one of this whole episode is one of the ones I remember thoroughly.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
What's wrong? I just think realistically though that like whether it's Daichi, Suga, or the coach, someone should have like kind of talked to him. Like they've done it only a few times, but only like in the match. But like actually get to him, like okay, so what's like why are you not locked in?
Like you're
what's
obviously
wrong?
here. You take the time out of your day to be here. So why not take the effort to be the best that you can be?
MCs are always talking about boom, bam, swoosh, swoosh, like
Kablow!
and
Oya oya. Oya oya oya. Occasionally.
just be careful who you talk to about that.
It's almost like that's the most insulting thing you can say to someone who is an athlete.
Yeah, there's like certain people you can talk like that to, but some you just can't.
That's the question of the day now, isn't it?
So there goes the multitude of things once again. Like, okay, well get good and enjoy the game. Then it's like, okay. He was hitting it like so many different spots when Tsuki was blocking.
Oh yeah, it was like Tsuki wasn't even there.
Nah, he's very Rengoku-esque. So your
I like this
spoiler
guy.
that you see,
I like this guy.
It's like get that fire in you, Tsuki.
Okay. Can't wait for that episode. We gave you wisdom. Now it's your time to pay the ante.
He got a lot of rivals.
I think he has more rivals than teammates at this point.
For real. What is this? One Piece? What is this?
4番のスパイクは止められなくても手に当てるだけでもいい。
手に当ててレシーブをしやすくするためのソフトブロックと完全にシャットアウトするためのキルブロックがあるの。
いや、ドサッとできんなら願ったり叶ったりだ。
Because once again, Tsuki, you don't like lame shit, right? Well, stop being lame. Lock in, man.
指の先まで力込めろ。手は上じゃなく前に出せ。前にだ。
When characters choose a score, they look at themselves in the mirror like, you know what? I kind of look like a crow. I kind of look like an owl. I kind of look like a cat who just joined that school. Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Yeah, you got scared.
I really love the OSTs in this episode a lot.
Tsuki, he cared.
And that's good for him too, for somebody to be formidable so he can, you know, go against great competition.
Oh, late bloomer. Tsuki the late bloomer might be the episode title.
太陽 vs 月
Or that.
Versus the moon.
That's also good.
Yachi said, well, what about this one? Question mark.
Thank you, Yachi. I mean, your mom does work in design, and that poster was fire. I aspire to make thumbnails as good as your poster.
And I like that his whole situation wasn't just like very one note or one dimensional. I like that it was a few different things all together. Him just feeling like, well, other people are just more talented than me, then so whatever. I'm not gonna try as hard as them. I don't need to. Or I look at it as just like a club. Or from the disappointment from his brother that lied to him, he's like, okay, well, I don't really have that much love for volleyball anymore either. And now he's like, you know what? Maybe I should stop being lame. Maybe I should start trying to get better so it can be fun, because he feels like the game's not fun to him either right now.
A point of clarification. With Tanaka's older sister, she said that a kid named Tsukishima was on the team of the Little Giant when they did go to nationals. So my thought then, I didn't get to articulate this properly because so much stuff was going on in that flashback, but he tried out for the team, didn't make it, and then his sophomore year is when he did make the team. I don't mind if you confirm that for me, but my impression was that he did make the team the next year. So that first year, that freshman year that he was cheering in the crowd, I think then that motivated him even further when his little brother saw him on the sidelines, or not even on the sidelines, like in the crowd, to then make the team the next year.
Right.
Is it ever confirmed?
I honestly don't think it was confirmed, but based on what you just said, it seems like either it would have to be that, like you said, he didn't make it for that freshman year, and then the next year he ended up making it, but probably was, you know, riding the bench or something. Or he tried out and she just like, since she's probably not like, she doesn't know too much about volleyball, she probably was under the impression that he did join when there were like tryouts and all that kind of stuff, even though he didn't officially join. But I think that was just the extent of it, because I guess either way, especially since how Tsuki feels now, his brother lied to him and he seemed like he was never cool or never good, even if he did try out again.
I mean, alternatively, it could also be what they hypothesized in terms of there was just someone else on the team with the last name, Tsukishima. I don't know how common of a last name that is, but I mean, it's possible that his older brother never made the team. And it was just literally a case of mistaken identity. That would hurt a lot too. But do you guys know, has that ever been confirmed by Furudate? Let us know down below if, I mean, as long as it's not a spoiler and they're not going to show us later.
Right, because he, like, the only extent that we know is that he tried out for the team, he went to all those practices. Either he got replaced and then he was on the bench, then he just kind of stopped, which I don't think probably happened. I think he just did the tryouts and just wasn't good.
Yeah.
And that was it. Because he came home tired, head down. When Tsuki was asking him questions like, oh, how'd you do? Or, oh yeah, I was going out there scoring a lot of points. Boy wasn't doing jack shit. But yeah, so we finally got the answer, or a few answers. Well, the answer as to why Tsuki is the way that he is. And also just his own personality alone is just kind of also a fact, plays a role, because he seems to be very
nonchalant,
yeah. So with that mentality already as your basis, and that's kind of what Bokuto kind of got to at the end of the episode, where it's like, do you even love volleyball? Like, do you think it's fun? He's like, well,
no.
Nah.
Not
so
really.
like that's another part of it. Like if he liked it and he thinks it's fun, then I think it would have been a lot easier for him to get out of that rut after the Yamaguchi, what he was telling him that he was being lame. But it was still like Yamaguchi alone didn't really change that for him. Like he was still kind of thinking like, okay, yeah, my brother is just lame and I still don't like this sport that much at all. Once again, and you said it yourself that you heard about like the writing for Tsuki's character. The writing for his character is very, very good. I wonder if it's like some kind of self-insert from Furudate or someone that he knows where a situation like that has happened. Because usually characters like that, when they get that much focus, I always feel like the author is trying to kind of like tell the audience something that they went through at some point in time, or at least a part of it. So let us know down below too if that's like some kind of self-insert from Furudate, because Tsuki's always just been in the background talking shit. Everybody else, we got like real good focus on them. And he was the only one that we didn't get anything from. We even got stuff from Yamaguchi, and Yamaguchi is literally in his shadow all the time. So that's kind of strange, right? Like he's very much like an NPC character at one point, but even he got focused before the person that he's been behind this whole time. So yeah, I just always loved this episode. This is the one I was looking forward to a lot in the first batch from the season. So
hell, Furudate could be the self-insert of Tsukishima's older brother. If he's always had a passion for volleyball, but he was just never good enough, or he was maybe good enough in junior high, but then once we got to the next level, then he didn't even make the team.
Could be that too. That's always fun to look at in the series, like, where is the self-insert? I feel like all mangaka and authors has to have one. I just feel like they have to somewhere in there. And obviously, because you're taking inspiration from real life situations to make to put in a fictional story. So of course, like I always bring up the funny thing with Isayama looking at drunk people, how they walk and slur their words and stuff, and that's how he thought of Titans, you know, how they move. So it's always cool to figure that stuff out. But how did you feel about the explanation, though, for Tsuki as to why he's like this?
It makes sense. The only reason why I have a hard time kind of accepting that is because that was not my mentality in the slightest back in high school. I was always the type of person to give that 120% worth of effort. There were even days where sure, I maybe didn't feel like going to practice, but once you got there, then it's just like all the other outside world stuff, it doesn't matter, because then you're having fun. I had fun from maybe like the first ever game that I played in soccer. I scored a hat trick. So for those of you who are unaware of like the terminology, and soccer's most popular sport in the world, it's like you score 3 goals, and for that to be my first ever game, and like all the other personal stuff, I might talk about that at a different time. It's too long of a story now, but all the other like outside things that I was just like thinking about as a child that was wearing on my mental, it didn't matter. In the moment, I was just having fun, and I was doing something that I had never done before, and my parents were on the sideline watching, maybe younger brother was watching as well. It meant something to me. I took pride in being good at what I was doing on the soccer field. So I never had this mentality of Tsuki. Not to say that I can't relate to it in a certain regard in other aspects of my life. It's just hard for me to compartmentalize what he's thinking versus what I thought for the entirety of my sports career, even up until this day. Because we talked about this last episode. What I wouldn't do for one more game. What I wouldn't do for one more experience. I don't know. It's just a different mentality. I respect Tsuki for having it because it makes sense with his character, what he went through as a kid. Very impressionable age. It's just I didn't have that same mentality myself.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where, like you said, it makes sense because his brother is like, that's someone who he admired. He thought he was cool as hell. He seen him in junior high. He was the ace there. He was going crazy. It's just like, why did you lie to me? Like, obviously we understand why he would do that because he wants to look cool for his little brother, but you lied very bad to the point where you weren't even on the team.
That's
if you were
rough.
riding the bench, I can understand why you would kind of lie a little bit. Like, okay, you're acting like you played more minutes.
And
but,
he bought
okay.
the jacket. Sorry to cut you off. Like, he
Yeah.
bought the jacket
Yes.
seemingly to
Yes.
keep up appearances that you were on the team. So you took the time out of your day to buy a very similar jacket. You might have even got it embroidered with the team. Like, you fully were trying to
Bro in the
sell this
crowd.
lie.
Yay, Karasuno.
They're like, it's like the Drake meme in Kentucky. It's like the guy thinks he's on the
That's so
team.
bad.
He's not on the team.
That's so
And that's what
bad.
makes it so sad about he was trying to keep up his
Yo.
appearances for his brother because he knew how much his brother looked up to him. And
That's so bad, though.
it's such a breach of trust when they saw each other across the court in the crowds respectively. He's like, okay, well, shit. I don't even know, to this day, does Tsuki have a good relationship with his brother? Does he even care about his brother anymore?
Question.
I don't know. I hope he's in the crowd
Question.
when Tsukishima has his moment in season 3, though.
And that's another thing too, is like, you didn't think at some point, okay,
He would find
within
out?
3 years. Yeah. Or he would go to a game. Like, you've
Again, it could also be the mentality of, okay, well, I'll make the team next year. I just have to hold
next year,
out
exactly.
until
Yeah.
then it happens. Like, if he sees me on the bench, like, okay, I
I
was
would've
just
told him
tired
that.
at that point.
I'm not gonna lie, I just told him,
Hmm.
I'm a freshman, I'm on the bench. There's a lot of great people here. That doesn't mean I suck. I just don't have, even
I
if
don't
the
get
kid
playing
can't
time right
understand that. But I think he could kind of understand it. Suki's a smart kid, so he'll understand, like, okay, well, now I can't. But, and then after that, if you still don't make the team the next year, you just gotta deal with that. You just gotta tell him, okay, well, it's tough. It's tough. There's so many people. It's so good. And you can actually teach him something. Like, sometimes, well, actually, that's not good for Suki's mindset, because he literally, well, sometimes people would just be better, because that's not good for Suki, because he literally is saying
No,
right
no,
now,
no,
everybody
no.
else is better than me, and I don't
X.
care. So, and that's why it's such great writing, because there's so many things going on with Suki. It's like 3 different things, maybe even 4 different things of why he isn't engaged. His personality, his brother, he doesn't think he's good enough, and he just genuinely just don't have that love for volleyball like the rest of them. So, and it makes that moment, once again, Twitchy knows of the moment.
I
It
do.
makes that moment so much better. I can't wait till we get there, man. I cannot wait till we get there. But great discussion. And that's pretty much all I got, though.
Yeah, Tsukishima, he is the type of archetype of a character that turns out to be my favorite. Right now, Tanaka is my favorite character, and I don't want to introduce recency bias into this conversation. I'm just saying there is a chance that Tsukishima, a strong chance, that he's my favorite by the end of Haikyuu.
It's going to be fun discussions to have, too, once we start getting caught up. But you guys know the drill, man. Thank you guys for coming through to this video and other Haikyuu videos or any other video and stream on the channel. You guys know we really appreciate that. Road to 1K. About to hit 800 soon.
We're getting there.
That being said, please be safe. Please stay healthy. Please stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream. That rhymed. And peace.
Peace.